Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the West Ham Network. Anton here, bringing you a little cheeky update from today. And we're always full of updates, aren't we? What a win against Manchester United. Whether we deserved it or not, the result was in the door and we've got the victory over the line. So it is what it is. And West Ham are obviously looking to ensure Premier League safety. And it seems to be that Premier League safety is the kind of theme as to where I'm going with this particular topic of conversation today. So West Ham are keen on securing the signing of Jean-Claire Todibo, but the move hinges on one condition. That is according to WHU employee, ex-WHU employee. Now, he has claimed in the West Ham way that the only thing preventing the French international from signing permanently is the club's uncertain future in the Premier League, and he will join permanently if we avoid relegation. Currently, West Ham do sit in 13th place after beating Manchester United 2-1 at London Stadium. And he said that the only thing preventing Jean-Claire Todibo from being a permanent West Ham player is whether or not West Ham will stay in the Premier League for the foreseeable future. Todibo joined the club on loan with Nice with an obligation to buy if certain criteria was matched. And it was thought that if he just made 5 Premier League appearances for the club, which he achieved because he's made his 6th appearance for the club on Sunday, then that would happen. He replaced Mavropanos at half-time and went on to have another solid game in a West Ham shirt. He is a fantastic talent, and this is going to be massive news for West Ham if we can get him over the line, since he's been impressing since playing in the Claret and Blue of West Ham. Now, despite significant investment in the squad, our performances haven't met the expectations. And you could think, I wonder, and think if Todibo is maybe thinking and slightly apprehensive about the future of his long-term future at the club. I suppose the expectation would have been higher, try and challenge him for European spots, higher up the league, rather than fighting to secure our Premier League status. His loan deal does include the obligation to buy if we do remain in the Premier League, and that means he would be committed to a long-term contract with the club. But what we can say is that if he doesn't commit right now, because of that caveat, then he is obviously concerned about the future. But I think we hopefully will be okay and we can start seeing movement. And he is one of the key players to this movement moving forward, in my honest opinion, because he does offer us the clear difference in when he plays compared to when he doesn't play. He's becoming such an important player for us, and we've got to build upon that. Honestly, if we can resolve our goalkeeper situation, I still think that's Areola. I don't think the reason we won the game or have been beaten in the past is because of our defense, solely on our defense, when Todibo and Areola play. I think the only real issue I've got a concern with is, albeit apart from the Tottenham game when Areola didn't have a great distribution, with that, I think there's been a lot of errors come from Mavropanos and when Sufal was playing, etc. But if you can have Wan-Bissaka, Todibo, Kilman, Emerson, and Areola in that back five, that works for me. And obviously, in the summer, if we need to looking at other options for a goalkeeper, then so be it. However, in the meantime, Todibo hopefully will secure his long-term future at West Ham, and that will be massive, massive for us. Massive to secure his details. Let's just hope we can go on a run of games, a run of form that can convince that these players that this is the right club to stick at, because the trajectory of their future will go really well. But it looks like the one final detail, the one small detail holding back Todibo signing this obligation to buy is West Ham's status in the Premier League. But let's hope that will be resolved very soon. Join us me later on for the Hammers headlines. Come on, you irons.